What's your reason for not having kids? Raised my brothers. When I became an adult, I didn't want to do that again. I had terrible examples for parents. I decided to not continue the trend. I like to sleep. I have a mental illness that makes my life so much harder than it needs to be and causes me a great deal of pain. It would be cruel IMO to reproduce knowing there's a 50 chance that the innocent child will be cursed with the same thing I am. I love my hypothetical children too much to do that to them. Edit. By pain, I mean emotional mental pain. Though, I have caused myself physical pain during an episode. The thought alone of being pregnant is absolutely horrifying to me. Moreover, I freely admit I am in no position to raise another human. I can barely keep myself alive. I don't want kids. Raising children is expensive, difficult, and time-taking, plus I might just ruin someone's life. No partner to make kids with. I'm scared of pregnancy complications and giving birth. I am breaking the vicious cycle by not having children. My parents were physically, emotionally, and mentally abusive, and I'm in no mood to continue that trend. If my brother wants to have children, he can. I'm not particularly fond of kids. If I ever wanted to care for something, I'd choose plants. They're simply better. I have no idea how to interact with or care for children, nor do I have any desire to learn. I've never experienced maternal instinct or baby fever in my life. The thought of pregnancy is utterly unappealing to me. I genuinely value my free time. As an introvert, I need plenty of time to myself. Kids are loud, and I prefer peace and quiet. Raising children is expensive, and I enjoy having money to spend on myself. To quote Whoopi Goldberg, I don't want somebody in my house, which applies perfectly to the idea of kids for me. Some days, I struggle to take care of myself and likely have mental health challenges. Adding a dependent is the last thing I do want. Work responsibilities are already enough. I don't feel guilty about avoiding additional obligations. Even the so-called good parts of parenthood hold no appeal for me. With the world in a precarious state, I couldn't justify bringing more people into it, even if I found the idea appealing. Ultimately, I simply don't want kids. There's no reason for me to want them. Can't afford it. If I'm gonna have kids, the very least I should do is give them a quality life. Haven't found the right person to have a forever and family with yet. Don't like kids. Wouldn't be a good mom. My cats are too important. Too much genetic shit. World is going to shit. Not enough money. Poor kid might look like me. I'm autistic and find excessive noise and having someone physically close to me all the time very overstimulating and difficult to cope with. I also need quiet time to myself. Expecting a child to be quiet and getting pushed away from too much physical contact is not fair. I also had an autistic parent. It's highly genetic in my family, and I struggled with their snappiness when I did things that overstimulated or annoyed them. I have nibblings that I am very close to and get to teach all sorts of amazing science facts to, and build Lego with. I'm not missing out on the good stuff, and I can just go home when I need to rest and recharge. It's the default position. You don't decide to not have kids. You decide to have kids. I hate kids. I can barely keep myself happy, barely take care of myself, and have already messed up being a parent to all the kids that my own parents could not properly parent. I know I am unfit to have a child, and I would rather have no children than to bring something into the world, something that did not ask to be here, and not give it the love that it deserves. I do really like kids, and there's part of me that thinks I would love being a mom. But when I think about the day in and day out of what having kids means and requires, I just don't think it's for me.